Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video we will be designing a Bootstrap 5 website. So as you can see at the top we have navigation and we have a beautiful image, and also you can see the parallax effect. So I'll be using GRLX plugin, and then we have our about us section. So as you can see, this link is not active. Okay, so then we have portfolio, and you can see the animation, and then services and our review section, the pricing, and our blog section. So I will be using all carousel for this carousel for that slider. So this website is completely responsive, so you can let me show you at different screen sizes. So you can see this will be on tablet. Okay, so which is looking good. Awesome. And also on mobile, you can see. So let's get started and build a website like this in Bootstrap. So let's do it. Okay, so I have created this folder, and I copied all the images that I have used in that project. Okay, so this is the finished project. So I copied all these images and I pasted it in this folder. Now I'm going to open this folder and drag it to the code editor. And what I'm gonna do, I'm going to create a folder for JavaScript and another for CSS, and then I'm going to create an HTML file. It's going to be index.html. Okay, and I'm going to get the starter template for the Bootstrap. So I'm going to search for get Bootstrap, and click on the docs and get the starter template. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this starter template, copied. I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, so I'm gonna remove these comments. Okay, so I'm going to open this file with the browser. Okay, so I'm gonna open this. Okay, and I'm gonna change the title. Okay, this will be okay. Now that has changed. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm going to get the navigation. So click on the components and then click on the navbar, and I'm going to copy this navigation. Yeah, this one I'm going to copy, and I'm going to paste it here. Create a comment for the navigation. This will be navigation, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, and then I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna change this to, so you can put an image inside this text. So yep. And what I'm gonna do, I want these links to right side of the navigation, so I'm gonna add a class margins dot of auto. Okay, and I'm gonna remove this float. I want some breathing room for this logo and these links. Okay, and I'm going to change these navigation links. This will be home. Okay, it will go to the home section. I'm going to copy, I'm going to paste it. This will be about. Okay, this will be portfolio, home, about, portfolio, services. This will be services. Reviews, pricing block. Okay, this will be pricing, block, and finally contact. So I'm gonna refresh the page. Okay, we have these links, and then I'm going to create a hero section. So I'm gonna beautify this document. Okay, so I'm using this plugin which is known as Beautify. So you can install this plugin, and I'm gonna create hero section. Okay, this will be hero section. Okay, I'm gonna give it ID of hero. Okay, and inside this I'm gonna create a container, a row, and a column 12, and I'm gonna copy this text. This will be h1. I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, and then I'm gonna create a heading tag. I'm gonna copy this text. Okay, I'm gonna paste it here, and then I'm gonna create a button. Class will be btn primary. Okay, so let me refresh the page now. So we have this links and a button. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm going to get this font from Google Fonts. So search for DOSes. Okay, select 4, 6, okay, and 5, and then click on the import. I'm gonna import this, copy, and what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna create a file inside the CSS. This will be style.css, and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, and I'm gonna link that file in this index HTML file. This will be link style.css, and I'm going to reset some of the CSS properties. So this will be body, font family will be DOSes and sans serif. Okay, and the font weight will be 500. Okay, yeah, so let me refresh the page now. You will see. So now this is working, and I'm going to select all the heading. Font weight will be 600 and it will be uppercase. Okay, and also the I'm gonna give a little spacing of 1 pixel. Okay, so now it is looking good. And then I'm going to select the anchor tag. Okay, font weight will be 600. It will be uppercase. Okay, and font size will be 14 pixel. Awesome. So now I'm going to design the hero section, and also I'm gonna give the section tag a padding top 80 pixel and a padding bottom of 80 pixel as well. Okay, so this is looking great now, and I'm going to now create this hero section. So I'm gonna select hero. Okay, background image URL. This would be image. This would be cover.jpg. Okay, so this is, and what I like to do, I want to, this will gonna cover the full height of the device, so I'm gonna give it a height of 100 VH. Okay, nice. And I can use the Bootstrap utility classes. For example, the text would be white. Okay, and yeah, I'm going to create another class, text center. Okay, now the text is centered, and you can use utility classes of Bootstrap. So I'm gonna say display of flex. Okay, align item center horizontally, sorry, vertically, 65 content center. So now we have this hero section, and the font size would be something like I'm gonna give another class of display 3. So these are the Bootstrap classes that you can use. I'm gonna say break line here. Okay, so it is looking good now. So as you can see, when I scroll down, the navigation bar is not sticky. So I'm gonna add a class of fixed top, save it. Okay, now this is navigation bar is now fixed. So I'm gonna create an overlay at the top of this hero section. Okay, so I'm gonna give it a class of overlay. Okay, and I'm gonna select overlay class, be position relative. Okay, overflow z index would be 2. Okay, and then I'm going to say overlay after content is going to be nothing, width and height is going to be 100. Okay, and position will be absolute. From top it is going to be 0, and from the left it's also going to be 0. Let me give a background color for now, like red. So I'm gonna say z-index -1, so this overlay will be at the bottom of the text. So as you can see, and I'm gonna give background color of dark. Something like this, and I'm gonna reduce the opacity to 0.4. Okay, this will be RGBA. So now we have this overlay. Let me increase it to something like 6. Okay, nice. So now I'm going to change the button. Okay, I'm gonna select the button. Padding top and bottom is going to be 14, left and right is going to be 34, and font size will be 14 pixel. Font weight would be 600 with a refresh, and the text will be uppercase. Nice. And I'm gonna increase the letter spacing to 1 pixel. Okay, and I'm gonna get the color, this color, from the finish project. So I'm gonna copy it. I'm gonna paste it right. So I'm gonna select this. This is for the button, and for the button primary, background color be this color, and also the border color will be this one. Okay, I'm gonna save it, and then I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, so we have this button, and on hover I'm gonna copy this button. Background would be transparent, and the border color will be this color. I'm gonna copy this one. Okay, and then I'm going to refresh. Okay, so as you can see, we have this effect, and I'm going to give the border radius of this will be rounded button, something like 100 pixel. So now we have this button, and I want to give some space between the text and the button, so I can use a Bootstrap utility classes. So this will be margin top and bottom 4 rem. Okay, so we have some space now. Okay, so now I'm going to design this our services section, sorry, the about us section. I'm gonna create another section. I'm gonna give it ID of about. I'm gonna create a container. This will be arrow and column of 12. Okay, and I'm gonna say h1 about us. Okay, I'm gonna create a horizontal line. I'm gonna give it a class of divider. Okay, and then we will have a paragraph. I'm gonna copy the text. Okay, I'm gonna paste it here, and then I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, so now I want the navigation bar should be transparent at the top, and when I scroll down it should be dark, just like this one. Okay, So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the background color. Okay, and I'm going to change the navigation bar to dark. So these are the Bootstrap classes. Okay, and I want to achieve this effect. So for that, I'm going to create a JavaScript file, main.js. So I'll be using all carousel plugin, so and also the GRLX. So for that I need to have jQuery for that, so I'm gonna get the jQuery. So I'm gonna search for jQuery CDN. Yeah, this one. So I'm gonna get this script, and I'm gonna paste below this script tag. Okay, save it, and then I'm going to link to that file that I have created. Inside JS, I have this main.js file. Okay, okay, let me just check it. So I'm gonna say if window.scroll be a function. So I'm gonna say if window scroll top greater than 0. Okay, I'm gonna say alert. Let me see it is working or not. So as you can see, it's working. So I'm gonna select the navigation bar. Navigation bar .css. I'm gonna add some CSS to the navigation bar. If the scroll is greater than 0, I'm gonna say background. For example, I'm gonna give it a value of red for now. So this will be a class. Okay. Let me see. It's pretty background, so my bad, I just spelled that right, sorry, wrong. So I'm gonna give it a dark color. So I'm gonna get that, oops, I'm gonna get this dark color from this finished project. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, so let me just check it now. Nice, it is working now. And what I'm gonna do, if this scroll top is equal to 0, then I'm gonna remove this background color. So I'm gonna copy this. Okay, I'm gonna paste it here. I'm going to say background color would be transparent. Okay, I'm going to save it, refresh. So as you can see, it's looking good. So it means that if the scroll is greater than 0, I'm going to add the background color of dark to the navigation. Okay, otherwise I'm going to remove that and I'm going to add it transparent to the navigation. Awesome. So now I'm going to select the navigation navbar. I'm going to add a transition, so it will be like a smooth. So I'm going to copy. So as you can see, which is looking nice. Okay, so I'm gonna select the hero. Okay, I'm gonna say hero, select the h1 tag, font weight would be 600. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little spacing, 2 pixel. Awesome. Now I'm going to change the color of this navigation to white, completely white. I'm gonna select the navigation and then I'm gonna click on the home. I'm gonna get the navigation. I'm gonna copy this. Okay, I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, color will be white. Save it. Then I'm going to refresh. So now is white now. Awesome. So now I want to get this. If I click on the about, so you can see this is now active. Okay. So for that I'm gonna search for Scrollspy. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. Okay, and I'm gonna copy and I'm gonna paste it in the body tag. Okay, I'm gonna remove this okay, and the offset is going to be 75. Okay, so I'm gonna change the active link color to the primary color. So I'm gonna class active, color would be red. So let me just check it. So as you can see, it is now working. Awesome. I'm gonna change it to color would be primary color, this one. Okay, this will be the target would be class of navigation. Okay, and at the top, so this will be go to the hero. Okay, so now you can see this link is now active. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to design this about us, and I'm gonna call this to intro. Okay, intro. The text is going to be center. Okay, and I'm going to select that intro and I'm going to select divider. Background color is going to be primary color. Height is going to be 2 pixel. Width is going to be 120 pixel. Okay, let me refresh. So we have this line, and margin is going to be 24 pixel top and bottom, and left and right is going to be auto. Refresh. So let me just reduce it to the 18 pixel. Yep, 18 is looking fine. So and I'm going to select, this would be column MD. This will cover add column space. Okay, to make it center you can add a class of margin left and right is auto. So now it is in the center. Okay, nice. I'm gonna design these. So this would be white chooses. Okay, so now I'm going to get these icons from this website. So I will put all these resources links in the description. So I'm gonna download this. Okay, click on the available as icon font and then download the font fake. Download it. It has downloaded, so I'm gonna open this. Then I'm going to extract here on the desktop. Okay, and I'm going to open this. I'm going to copy the style and the font. Okay, and I'm gonna open this project, and inside this I'm gonna paste it here. Okay, and I'm gonna rename this style to ET icons. Okay, and I'm gonna move this to the CSS folder. Okay, now I'm going to I'm gonna link to that file. So this is our project, so I'm gonna open the text editor and I'm going to link to that file. Okay, CSS et icons.css, and I'm gonna open that file. So it is looking for this font, so I'm gonna select the fonts. Okay, and I'm gonna so now I can use these icons. So, and also I'm gonna select the intro. Okay, I'm gonna give it a margin bottom of like 50 pixel. Okay, so I'm gonna say now I'm going to design these boxes, icon boxes. I'm going to create another row. Okay, I'm gonna this div will cover 4 column space on LG device and above, and on small screen size from small I'm gonna cover 6 column space. Okay, from small to large it will gonna cover 6 column, and on large screen size it will gonna cover 4 column space. And then I'm gonna create another class of icon box. Okay, I'm gonna say class of icon. Okay, I'm gonna refresh. So okay, this is now working. So I'm gonna open the ET line icons. So as you can see, we have these different kinds of icons so that you can use it right now. I'm gonna create a heading tag of h6, so h5. So I'm gonna put some random text. And I'm gonna create a paragraph tag, theorem like 14, save it, and then I'm going to refresh the page. So we have this icon. So now I'm going to cut all these. I'm gonna create a class of info box, and inside this I'm gonna paste it. Okay, now I'm going to select icon box, whether it is going to be 80 pixel, height is going to be 80 pixel as well. Okay, background color is going to be this green color. Okay, and the font size is going to be 34 pixel. Okay, I'm gonna select that icon. Okay, let me just check it. So it is going to be font size. Okay, and to make the icon in the center, so I can use flex, display flex center, and horizontally and vertically it would be in the center, and I'm gonna give it a border radius. Border radius of 100% pixel. Now it is. So I want to make the icon to the center, so you can say margin. Okay, margin from the top 0. Okay, from the right be auto, from the bottom it is going to be 24 pixel, and from the right is going to be auto. Okay, nice, and the color will be white. Okay, so it's looking good now, and I can give a padding like padding top and bottom 5 rem, padding, so not padding left and right is going to be like 4 rem, sorry, not 4 rem, it's going to be 4, and I can give a class bg light. Okay, and the color for this is going to be white. Okay, so I'm gonna give a class, it's going to be bg light, and save it. So we have this, and I want to give some space between the heading and paragraph text. I'm gonna say margin bottom to like 3 rem. Awesome. So I'm going to duplicate this. This takes time, and save it and refresh. So now I'm going to, so as you can see we have some space between these icon boxes horizontally. So I'm gonna say go to the row and type G4, it means greater of 4 rem. Okay, nice. So I'm going to change the icon for these boxes. So I have changed the icons, so I'm gonna change for this one as well. So I have changed these icons. Now I'm going to design this section. Okay, I'm gonna collapse this section. Oops. This would be about. I'm gonna copy. Say milestone. Create a section. Container. Create a row. Say column LG of 4 and SM be 6. Okay, I'm gonna copy this 45 trusted clients. To be divider, and I'm gonna say H6. So I'm gonna refresh the page. Okay, and I'm going to change the background color. Okay, so I'm gonna change the background color. Okay, so I'm gonna get the hero and I'm gonna copy. I'm gonna paste it right here. I'm gonna change it to milestone and I'm gonna remove all these. Going to refresh and I'm going to add the overlay class. I'm gonna refresh, so we have this overlay, and the text font is going to be white. Awesome. So I can give a class of h1. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna wrap it inside a div. It's going to be counter. Okay, so I'm gonna select the counter, select the divider, width is going to be like 80 pixel, and the background color is going to be this color. I'm gonna refresh and I'm gonna select counter again. I select the number. I'm gonna give the line height of 1. And the text will be in the center. Okay, so now I'm going to select the divider and give it a margin. Top and bottom is going to be 14 pixel and left and right is going to be auto. Increase it to like 18. Okay, so now it is looking fine. So the background position of the hero is going to be, background size is going to be cover. Okay, and the background position is going to be center. Okay, so it is now looking fine. So I'm going to duplicate I'm going to change this to something like 10 million like I don't know, so let me just check what I have wrote here. Okay, 125 awards one. And then we have like 50 million coffee served. Okay, and the last one is going to be something like I'm gonna save it, and then I'm going to refresh this one. Okay, so this will cover 3 column space. Awesome. Now I'm going to design the portfolio. I'm going to create a section. I'm gonna paste it this comment here, create a section, container, and I'm going to create a row, and I'm going to copy the intro, this intro, and then I'm going to paste it right here. It's going to be portfolio. Okay, and the text is going to be center. Awesome. So I'm going to create another row, LG of 4, and a column SM6. So I'm going to create an project, image of P1. Okay, and I'm gonna say all the images it will gonna cover, it is going to be 100%, so this will be like a responsive. It will cover the available space, all the available space. So I'm gonna say project info and create a heading of H5. Paragraph text of lorem 14. Okay, so now I'm going to design the portfolio. Select the project. So I'm going to select the project. Position is going to be relative, and workflow is going to be hidden. Okay, and yep, that's it. So I'm going to select project info. Position is going to be absolute. From the top is going to be 0, from the left 0 as well, and the width and height is going to be 100%. just give a background color red for now. As you can see, now I want that text is going to be in the center. I'm going to create display of flex, align item center, and the content is going to be center horizontally and vertically. Okay, and I'm going to wrap this text inside a div. Okay, and I'm gonna give some padding like 25 pixel. Okay, and you can use the Bootstrap utility classes for the padding and margin. So like you can say p-por, so it means padding will be pouring from left, right and bottom. Okay, and the color is going to be white. Awesome. And the text will be center. Awesome. So now I want to give a color of the green color. I'm going to refresh. So at this point I want to hide this project info. Okay, I'm going to say opacity to 0, and I'm going to say transform. Okay, transform scale to 0 as well. Okay, and on hover I want to show that project info. So I'm going to select when on hover on the project, I want to display the project info. Okay, so I want to show this. Opacity is going to be 1, and the transform is going to be, scale is going to be 1 as well. So let me just check it. So as you can see, it is now working. So I want to give a transition. So as you can see, it is looking nice. So I want to give add a class of container fluid. So as you can see, it will gonna container fluid. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to save it and refresh, and then I'm going to change the image. It's going to be P2, P4 and P5, P6. Okay, and I'm going to give a gutter of 4rem. Okay, so this container fluid class is not working. I don't know why. Why it is not working? Let me see in this finished project. So container fluid. I don't know why it is not working, so let me just check it one more time. Okay, because of the section, so I have given 80 pixel from all the sides, so I'm going to okay, so as you can see, because of this padding, that is why it was not working. It's going to be padding bottom. No, it will be working fine. Going to refresh. Awesome, so it is now working. Okay, so let me see the responsiveness. Okay, so it is looking nice. So now I'm going to design the services. Okay, this is going to be pretty simple. I'm going to duplicate this section. So this is going to be a portfolio, and I'm gonna give the ID of portfolio. I'm gonna save it and refresh the page. Okay, so this is the project. Sorry for that. About. Okay, nice. I'm going to duplicate this. I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna delete this row. Okay, and I'm gonna rename it to our services. I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, and I don't need the padding bottom. So as you can see, we have a lot of white space, so I'm gonna say the portfolio padding bottom is going to be 0. Okay, so as you can see, we don't have so much space. So I'm gonna design this section. So for that, I'm going to create a row. I'm gonna say column LG4. Okay, I'm gonna say dot service box. I'm gonna create an icon. Sorry, create icon box. There's class I have already created. I'm gonna put an icon. Okay, I'm gonna copy some of these icons. I'm gonna copy and paste it here, and I'm going to create an H5 tag, going to be web design. Create a lorem of 12. It will generate 12 words, so as you can see. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the service box, I'm gonna paste it here. It's going to be display of flex. Okay, so as you can see, the icon is now shrinked. I don't want that. And also I'm gonna wrap this inside a div. Okay, I'm gonna paste it. Awesome. So I'm gonna search for icon box, and I'm gonna say flex to none. Okay, awesome. And I can give margin end like 3 rem. Okay, I'm gonna say like, okay, 3 is fine, and this will gonna cover 6 column space on large screen size. And I am going to increase some text. Awesome. And I can give some padding like P5. Okay, and I'm going to reduce some text like this. I'm gonna save it, and the color, this is going to be services. I'm gonna change the ID to services, and give a class of background would be light. Okay, and the color for the icon box is going to be white, BG white. Okay, this will be container. Okay, now I want to give some more space between the icon. It's going to be 4M. So 4M is looking perfect. So I want to give the space on LG. Okay, and below the LG, the padding is going to be 4M. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate this column, paste it here. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna paste it. Okay, and I want to give some space between these columns, and I'm going to reduce some text. So let's see now. It's looking good now, and I'm going to change the icon. So I have changed the icons. Okay, so it is looking awesome. Okay, nice. So now I'm going to design this slider, the reviews. So for that I'm going to search for all carousel CDN. I'm going to click on this one. I'm gonna copy this script tag and I'm gonna paste it here. I'm gonna paste it here, and then I'm going to copy this CSS. I'm gonna copy this one, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, and then I'm gonna copy this default.main.css, copy it, and I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, save it. So I'm gonna beautify this. Okay, so I'm gonna save it, and then I'm going to search for or carousel. Click on the demos, click on the basic, and I'm gonna copy this HTML. I'm gonna inside this, I'm gonna create a section tag. I'm gonna rename this to services. I'm gonna give it ID of reviews, and I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, the whole carousel, and I'm gonna give a class of reviews slider. Okay, and then I need to copy this. Okay, and I'm gonna paste it below this. Okay, and I'm going to copy this. Okay, so let's see. So as you can see, we have this slider. This is looking good. So as you can see, we have these navs, so I don't need these navs, so I'm gonna say nav false. Okay, so that nav has no longer exist. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to design that reviews. I'm going to get milestone. So the milestone, I forgot to give the CSS property, like background position is going to be center, and background size is going to be cover. Okay, then I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it right here. Going to refresh. Okay, so I'm going to design the reviews. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to rename it to review. Okay, and I'm going to create a icon. Say div class of quote icon quote. I'm going to save it, and I'm going to refresh. I'm going to search for quote. Okay, so we have that quote, and I'm going to add a class. I'm gonna add the class of overlay, and I'm going to refresh. So we have this overlay, and then I'm going to add a paragraph text, and I'm going to add some text, save it, and then I'm going to give the text will be white. Okay, so as you can see, we have this slider now, and I'm going to give a heading tag h6, h5 is going to be the person, and this person is a small tag is going to be web designer. Save it. I'm going to refresh the page now. Okay, awesome. So let me design this now. So we need only one item. It's going to be items. It's going to be one. Okay, awesome. So I want this text to be in the center, so I'm going to select the review with a maximum width of like 700 pixel. Okay, and I'm gonna make this to the center, so I'm gonna say margin auto. Okay, and you can use utility class like text to be in the center. Okay, now I'm going to design this. Review dot quote, font size is going to be like 44 pixel, and the color is going to be that green color. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna add a class of lead once again. So this is the Bootstrap class, utility classes. Increase to like 34. Awesome. So I need to give some space like a margin top and bottom to 4 Okay, increase the width to like 800 pixel. Awesome. And now I am going to select this small tag, oops, color is going to be this blue color, and the font size is going to be 16 pixel or 14. Okay, so okay, I don't need this color. So I'm going to duplicate this review. Okay, so we have this review, and as you can see, the slider change is very fast. So I'm going to reduce the speed. You can say smart speed to like 600 millisecond. So as you can see, we have this slider. Awesome. Okay, so let's see on the mobile size. So as you can see, the text is very close to the border of the browser, so I can give some padding like 25 pixel. So now we have some space. Awesome. And if you as you can see in the finished project, we have this primary color when slider is active. So I can give this, I can select this dots. As you can see, we have this class. I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste it right here. I select this pen. Background color is going to be this. Okay, so now let me refresh the page. As you can see, awesome. So we don't have that parallax effect, as you can see, and in this finished project we have that parallax effect, as you can see. So to get that parallax effect, I'm going to search for parallax CDN. Okay, so I'm going to click on this link. I'm going to copy this script. Okay, I'm going to paste it right here. Okay, and I'm going to search for I'm gonna copy this this. I'm gonna copy it and I'm going to go to the hero. I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, it is pretty simple. I refresh the page, so it is as you can see, we have this smooth parallax effect. Awesome. And I can give the parallax effect to this section as well. So I have already copied. I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, as you can see, we have this smooth parallax effect. So you can change the speed like 0.2 to like 0.65. As you can see, we have this effect, but it is going a little bit slow. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it to 0.2. And also I want the parallax effect to this section as well, so I'm gonna paste it right here. Save it and refresh. So as you can see, we have this parallax effect right here. Okay, so now I'm going to design the pricing section. I'm going to duplicate services. It's going to be the reviews. I'm going to copy the services and I'm going to paste it right here. I'm going to delete this row, rename it to our pricing. I'm going to save it and I'm going to refresh. Okay, our pricing. Okay, I'm going to select a row. It's going to be column LG 4. I'm going to say pricing table. Okay, I'm going to select H5. It's going to be silver, and I'm going to say the price H1. Price is going to be 199.10, and then I'm going to select create an on order list. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this. Change this to like okay, so I'm gonna add some text to this one. And then I'm going to add a button. It's going to be btn primary. Okay, and I'm going to refresh the page. So we have this pricing. So I'm going to select the pricing table. Okay, so the background color is going to be white, so I can give here a background color of white. A refresh, so I can give padding. I can give padding here, like padding is going to be 5 and px is going to be 3. Okay, add text to like get started. Okay, the button color is going to be at hour is going to be this green color on hover as well. So as you can see. Okay, so let me design this. Okay, so I'm gonna say pricing table on under list. Padding is going list style is going to be none. Okay, and padding is going to be 0. Okay, and the text is going to be center, so I can give a class here. Okay, so I need to give some space, so I can give a space like here. Okay, so it means like 4 rem from the top and bottom. And I'm going to give some space to the list item as well. So margin top is going to be like 24 pixel. 24 pixel is too much, so I'm gonna give it 16. Okay, 16 pixel. Okay, and I'm gonna give spacing should be like 5 frame. Okay, 5 frame is I think okay. I'm going to duplicate this. Just one more time. Price is going to be $2.99. And save it and refresh. Oops, so this column should be in a row. Okay, I'm gonna beautify the document. Okay, and I'm gonna give a margin like 4 em between these boxes. Okay, and the middle one should be primary. Class of primary, and button is going to be white, very light, not white, and the background color is going to be primary color. So I'm going to select this pricing table and say primary. Background color is going to be this one. Save it and refresh. Okay, the border radius should be in the button class, not in this one. I want all the button will be rounded like this. So the text should be white. Save it and refresh. So we have this one. Okay, so this should be pricing. Okay, so now I'm going to design the blog. I'm going to duplicate this one. The blog section is going to be pretty simple. I'm gonna remove this. It's going to be blog. BG is going to be white. It's going to be our blog. I'm gonna create a row. It's going to be column MD4. Okay. It's going to be, I'm gonna create an image. I'm gonna create an image tag. Okay, I'm gonna say H5 like how to design a blog. Save it, create some text to refresh. Okay, I'm gonna give some space. I'm gonna give some space from the top to like 4 em. Okay, so this should be an anchor tag. Okay, I'm gonna design the remove. The color is going to be this one. Text decoration should be none. Okay, and the color is going to be dark, sorry, not this color. 2527. Yeah, this color. Sorry, I don't need this font size. Okay, and on hover, color is going to be this color. Save it and refresh. Awesome. So now I'm going to duplicate this. Oops, I'm going to okay, so we have a slider in the finished project, so this block section should be a slider. So for that I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to create a div class of block slider or carousel all theme. Okay, and inside this I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna remove this. Should be blog post. Okay, I'm gonna copy this and open this. I'm gonna duplicate this. Should be block. Should be slider as well. Block slider. Okay, this should be block slider. I'm gonna save it and refresh. So it is not working. So I'm gonna copy this. There should be block slider. I'm gonna save and refresh. Okay, so we have this slider now. So we can just define like at this breakpoint I want to display like 3 items. Okay, and at this I want to display 2 items. Okay, and at 0 I want to display only 1 item, which is pretty simple. So I'm gonna copy this blog post. I'm gonna change this to like 2, 3. I'm gonna add one more. It's going to be like 2. So as you can see, we have this slider now, and I don't need these nav links, so you can disable this by saying it should be false, and let's say refresh. Okay, so we have this slider now, and so you can just if you want the speed to be like reduce the speed, so you can do that. Awesome. So now I'm going to add this call to action and the footer. I'm going to create it's going to be div. I'm going to create inside this div, create a container. I'm going to create arrow. Inside this row I'm going to create a column MD of 6, and I'm gonna get this text from the finished project and I'm gonna paste it right here. Okay, I'm gonna refresh the page. Okay, so this text should be H3. Okay, and I'm gonna create a button. Okay, I'm gonna create a button inside this column. Between of dark is going to be get. Okay, so I'm going to give some padding, the top and bottom. I'm gonna add a big. This is going to. I'm gonna give it a ID of CTA. Okay, I gave the background color of that green. Okay, and I want these text to be in the center. Color is going to be white. Okay, and the button should be white as well. Okay, and also I can give the padding to increase the padding like this. Okay, and the content should be vertically center, align to center. Okay, and the content is going to be center horizontally. Awesome. So this is the same like using in like writing in the CSS, like display flex and align item to center and justify content to center. Okay, so these are the Bootstrap classes that you can use. I'm going to create a footer. Okay, and inside this footer I'm going to copy. It's going to be, I'm going to copy these links, create a container, create a row. It's going to be column 12. Okay, I'm going to create a div. Okay, say about. I'm gonna copy this text. Portfolio. blog. I'm gonna save it. I'm going to refresh the page. So we have these links. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this text as well. Okay, I'm gonna paste it right here. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna paste it right here. Should be Facebook. It's going to be Twitter. Okay, so I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, we have these links. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this text to the center. Okay, and I don't need margin bottom, so I'm gonna give margin bottom to 0. Okay, so I'm going to give the padding here like 5 rem top and bottom. Okay, and I'm going to add a class of bg dark. Okay, and the text is going to be white. Okay, so now I'm going to change the link. Color is going to be white. Okay, and I'm going to give some padding and some space between like 5 frame. Oh, 3 would be fine. Okay, so and I need to give some space between these lengths, so I'm gonna say margin left like 10 pixel. Awesome. So okay guys, so yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed this video. So if you found this, okay guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. So make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not yet, so it would help me a lot. Okay guys, so as you can see, we have finally designed our Bootstrap theme. So let's see on different screen sizes. Okay, so this is completely responsive. Okay, so as you can see, we don't have some space between these counter sections. So what I'm going to do, milestone, give some space like gy to 4. Okay, so we have some space now. Awesome. Okay guys, so yeah, that's it for this video, and yeah, thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.